Hello. Once you have changed the profile to number 3, then you will see that on the menu appear the new settings. Okay, so if we go to the expert menu, expert, enter, you continue to have the maximum frequency, and then after the maximum frequency you have the motor rated volt, the motor output voltage. Okay, so with this value you will be able to decrease the voltage value. You will see that you will be also to increase the voltage value, but remember that this only will be useful in case that we have more voltage at the input. Okay, so if we set 240 volts, but at the input power supply input we have only 230, so the unit will apply 230. Okay, but for decreasing you will have 200 volts with a power supply of 230. Okay, so now for your test, to see the performance and to see the power and the consumption of the pump that you did in the past, if you have 230 you can put this 230. Okay, then if we go back to the installation menu, you will see also we have language, and it appears now this new setting, working mode. Okay, booster is what you already tested. It's for booster application. Okay, so it's exactly the same that you have tested. You have one pressure sensor, you have one set point, set pressure, and the unit will work to keep this pressure constant. But we have added the new modes. We have differential pressure. Okay, this is one thing that you asked for. With the differential pressure, okay, the unit now is going to work making the difference between the two pressure sensor inputs. Okay, so it's going to subtract both values in absolute value, and with the set point you will be able to say to the unit which is the set point that you want to keep based on the differential pressure of the two pressure sensors. Okay, another one, booster, differential pressure, constant speed. Okay, this is also one thing that you asked for. If I go to constant speed and I exit the menu, okay, now you see that when I press up and down arrow key, we have only one display, doesn't move to the other display, and now I have the possibility to start the pump. The pump starts, and with the up arrow key, as you can see, I can increase the frequency, and with the down arrow key I can decrease the frequency. Okay, to start to stop the unit you can do it through the auto push button, or you can also do it by the external contact. Okay, so if you go to the menu and you activate, sorry, it's on the expert menu, the external contact. You go to the expert menu, you can activate one digital input as on off. Okay, and with this mode, manual speed, you will be able, you put the unit in auto, and then with the external contact opening and closing, the unit will start and stop, and the manual will be selected manually. Okay, we go again to the working mode, another one, analog follower. Okay, this is another thing that you asked for. With the analog follower, first setting that we have, analog type, we have three options: 010 volts, 05 volts, 420 milliamps. A part of the setting, of this setting, on the electronic circuit you will have to do a bridge between the pins. I will explain you on a picture the bridge for each model. Okay, in this case imagine that we want to work with an 010 volts sensor. Then we set the voltage for the point A. You can increase or decrease the voltage value for point A. Enter. Frequency for point A. You choose the frequency for the point A. Enter. Point B. You can select the second point and you select also the frequency for the point B. Okay, now with this setting, point B is higher than point A, the unit will increase the speed based on the voltage. But you can do also at the opposite. So if we put in a point B a higher value than in point A, the unit will decrease the frequency when the voltage decreases. Okay? And we have also stop point. You can place this stop point above the point B or below the point A. You can choose, depending on your working mode, you can choose what is the voltage for the stop point. And we continue with the nominal menu, current, rotation sensor, and all this. Another working mode, remote pressure. Okay, based on the analog input, you can choose also the analog type. You set a point A, but in this case, instead of frequency, you choose a pressure. Okay, and point B, voltage value, and pressure. So with this you will be able to change the set pressure remotely based on the analog input. Okay, so you will be able to change the set point externally, remotely. Another working mode, booster, is the one. So we have seen all: booster, differential pressure, constant speed, analog follower, and the last one, remote pressure. Okay, so these are the new working modes that we are presenting. We are finishing the instructions manual. We will send it you during the next week or maximum in 2 weeks. But by the moment, I hope this video helps you to start your test. Thank you.